Namaste. Thanks, and I hope you are having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Kala, Viv Williams. And so let's see. What would I like to share about law of attraction today? So what I'd like to do is first just sit with you. You can come to a seated position and we'll just center ourselves, sit up nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths with me. Inhale and exhale. As you exhale, just drop your shoulders down. And you could just lower your eyes for a moment. Let's just take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Feel the belly expanding. And then exhale through the nose. Slow breath. Let's do a few more times. Inhale, nice deep breath. And exhale. As you continue taking a few more conscious breaths, just feel that you're letting go, releasing, relaxing any tension in the body. And now with the next inhale and exhale, just opening your eyes. Okay. So let's see, law of attraction. Hopefully you've watched the very first video that I made, the intro video, sort of my manifesto on law of attraction and how I think it can be a spiritual practice and not just about ourselves and acquiring more and more. So let's see. There are many, many ways to attract. Let's focus on abundance. Because that's usually what, love and abundance. There are many, many ways to attract things. So again, that's why I'm saying I would like, and what I'm putting out is to align with positive forces. One of the things that does block people from abundance that I've seen and suffered from myself is thinking that having money is bad or money itself is bad. That comes from a religious background sometimes. In my family, my dad would quote the Bible verse about the rich man, a camel to go through the eye of a needle, then a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. And my parents did struggle with money very, very much. They always worked, but it was always, there was never quite enough. And so let's get into more of a psychological understanding of that. If you think that something is bad, right, even as a child, that's how we start. If something is bad, you do not do it. Or if you do it, you feel guilty because you're like, that's bad. So what I would like to reframe and what I'm really getting at this point where the world is, and this may be controversial, though I don't mean to be, is that there are people with a lot of wealth who are using it in what I would consider, and many others, if you look at the world, might say is a negative way. So my invitation to you is to think of wealth and abundance as a neutral. If you're a good person and you're going to take good actions, when you're poor, that's how you are. When you're wealthy, that's how you're going to be, but with a broader impact, right? There are many people in the world, as I just said, who use their money very selfishly and don't help others with it. And so what I would like this channel, when we talk about manifestation, as I said, focus on if you're the personality you have now, developing it, refining it, becoming more spiritual, caring, compassion, not just for yourself, but for others. So as you gain in abundance, which you will with these techniques, sharing that abundance, right? Sharing what you have, helping, giving, training, maybe teaching, so that you lift up everyone with you, okay? Or lift up as much as you can, right? If we each do a little, we'll lift up the whole world. Okay, so that's the first thing, to regard money as a tool. You have to choose and take responsibility. Will you use your abundance for good, right? Helping yourself, food, clothing, shelter, clean, peaceful. Can you help other organizations, other people that need help? And, you know, of course, you choose the ways that are appropriate, right? We all know that there are people who, because maybe they're not as evolved, will try to take advantage. Let's focus on the positive, because again, that attraction, what you believe is what will match your energy and what you'll pull in to a great degree. So let's talk about one of the principles of law of attraction. Let me see how long this is. One of the main principles of law of attraction is, I believe it's a co-creation. I've seen videos where somebody very famous was saying, you know, you sort of make the universe move. And one of the teachings that I want to share with the world, and this, I'm going to use some terms, please follow how I'm using them. Masculine and feminine. The divine feminine is coming more to the fore in society now. It's just what I feel, and then as you watch, you can see it. Divine feminine. It's in both men and women. The divine feminine is more about caring and compassion. It's an aspect of men and women that we have sort of pushed down. This is why we are where we are in society today, okay? With a lot of poverty, a lot of degradation of the environment, a lot of degradation of our food, because that caring is not the first, you know, the first sort of underpinning, okay? And it can be, and that is changing. And so the reason I say this now, going back to co-creation and to the divine feminine, the phrase that, as I said, someone well-known, who's wonderful, used is, you know, you get the universe out of your way. That is a masculine approach. Because, and it bothered me, because that's not what I've seen for me work successfully. And I think in the world, as I'm saying, the way the world is, I think we need a different approach. It's not that you move the universe out of the way, it's that the universe is like a wave, okay? And you're surfing that wave, okay? So the universe supports you and moves you through. You don't move it out of the way, because it is the divine, okay? It is the creator, that creative intelligence. So you don't move it out of the way. You work with it. Again, like a wave. You see a wave coming, right? I was reading about a really, really excellent surfer, and they were saying, you know, why are some people like just amazing? They almost seem to have this like magic with the waves. They can catch it. And it's that on a very subtle level, they see the pattern of the wave before it's even formed. And they can just see it, and they're in the right place for that wave. So I invite you, as the first principle of law of attraction or manifesting, is to think of the universe not as something that you push out of the way with your will. Imagine what that would say. That'd say you're going to be that strong that you're going to like push the entire creative divine out of the way. No, it's a wave. It's an energy. It's a power. You're going to align and flow with it, see it, and come together with it, okay? And so to wrap it up, what I mean is that's more of a feminine approach. It is not that men don't have that, and that women, or that women do have that. It's more about balance of the masculine and the feminine. Our society has gotten really imbalanced, and I'll talk more about that. What I'm mentioning is that would be sort of the masculine aspect of force, will, power. We need some of that, but we also need the caring, compassion, togetherness. That is, the yin and the yang has to come together in men and in women. This is sort of deep. I hope that that's making sense. I'm just mentioning it a little bit here. So first law of attraction or manifestation is co-creation, okay? So think on this, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.